Go.
Gay, retarded, fat, homo. What do you think of when you hear these words? You don't think of the humans that they're referencing and dehumanizing. You think of stupid, dumb, ridiculous, unintelligent, moronic, all of those other things that people use them as. You don't think of the stigmas that stay behind that affect the people that they are referencing. In today's society, these words have become prevalent and second nature. People use them, they throw them around, doesn't matter. Now, I cannot stand here and tell you that I have never used the word retarded to explain something I didn't care for. But every time I do, I think back and I think, why would I say that? Why is that so prevalent today? Our culture has stripped the meaning from these words and made it socially unacceptable for people to be who they are. All across the country, these words have been the main source of bullying in schools and everywhere else. Some states have even implemented legislation against these words. These gay and retarded, homo, fag, all of them are used in many of today's cases of bullying. One kid in 2009, 11 years old in Massachusetts, committed suicide after, as witnesses say, he was constantly called a homo or gay. Another kid not too long after, named Jareem, from Atlanta, Georgia, who was also 11 years old, committed suicide after constantly complaining to his parents about the anti-gay remarks he experienced at school from his classmates. These two cases are among hundreds and thousands of other cases of kids, preteens, and teens committing suicide due to bullying. I know that the use of gay and retarded are not always present in these cases of bullying, but sometimes it is these words that are being yelled at these kids that is pushing them over the edge and causing them to do rash things. They're not solely to blame, but they have had a huge hand in the issue of bullying today. I also know that saying "that's so gay" about a situation is not always meant to be bullying, but still it is desensitizing the word and making it okay and using somebody's sexual orientation against them or against the situation. I've come across many cases where somebody would say "that's so gay," and I ask them, okay, so how would you like it if somebody was using who you were against you? And they say, oh, I wouldn't care, and laugh it off. I don't believe them. Do you really think that it would be okay for somebody to tell you that it's not okay to be who you are? In decades past, gay meant lighthearted and happy, but today when people use this word, this is not what they're talking about. They're using it as a pejorative synonym for something they don't like, for something that they thought was out of line or ridiculous. The fact that the word retarded has gained so much meaning, so much new meaning and different meaning than what it's supposed to mean, meaning mentally defective, crippled, disabled, all of those things, has caused state legislation in Illinois to work against it. Instead of saying mentally retarded, people are to say intellectually disabled for somebody who has a chronic disease. Politicians are working to get their bill against this word on the Senate table. I guess one of the reasons that I'm so adamant about this, about having people not say these words, is the fact that I have close friends and family who are homosexual. It's hard enough today with homophobia being present in the media and everywhere else they look, rather than people reminding of this. They are able to shrug it off and know that when somebody says, oh, he was being gay, it is not a direct jab at their orientation. But to me, it's still really frustrating because I don't want anyone telling me I can't be who I am. Another reason is that there are so many other words at our disposal. As Americans, we have great access to education that can teach us different vernacular. And saying things like gay and retarded make people sound immature and uneducated. We have other words. Stupid, unintelligent, moronic, all of those things that people could use to mean the same thing, but they choose not to. It's so unnecessary at our age. We are in college now. We're going to meet different people with different personalities, beliefs, backgrounds, everything. And we don't want to make people think that we're not okay with who they are. Another facet of this issue is freedom of speech. To me, when I hear freedom of speech, I think freedom of opinion. I think freedom of press, media, everything like that. But to me, I don't think that using gay and retarded is an issue of freedom of speech. Yes, you are allowed to say what you want, but you should think about the consequences before you say it. Gay is not an opinion, it's who people are. Why is this an issue? So I challenge you guys to use other words and think about what you're saying before you say it and after you say it. Think about who you might be hurting. Even if you know people who are homosexual and they don't care, it's still an issue. So I challenge you to use the other vernacular at our disposal. Thanks.